Welcome back to the Double Cleanse podcast, a podcast all about beauty and the influencer world in general. I'm Robert Welsh, professional makeup artist and content creator.
Hi, I'm James Welsh. I am a influencer of 10 years plus now.
It's an influencer.
And what did I say?
A influencer.
Did I?
Yeah, unfortunately you did.
Well, I'm so sorry about my improper English and a skincare enthusiast too.
I didn't mean to correct. That's my biggest pet peeve is people correcting your spelling.
Yeah.
I don't
Especially
care.
online. Like it's not a dissertation.
And autocorrect exists, right? Oh my God, can I just say how bad my autocorrect, my phone has
That's
been.
literally what I was about to say.
It's been terrible. The other week when I was, that link was sent to us in that group and I was like, it hasn't come through yet. And it corrected to I ain't got nothing. And I was like, why has it corrected me to like an old Victorian child chimney sweep?
It tells me correct words are incorrect.
Yeah.
And I swear it's because I spelled it wrong so much that they think that must be the correct spelling.
I think that might be it. But even it corrects my U's to I's or any other way around. So I'm like, you look fat in this. And it's meant to be I look fat. Not that I'm going around calling myself fat. You know what I mean? But it just makes all my senses completely wrong.
Yeah.
I just don't understand it.
Awful.
Gaslighting phones.
Yeah.
And it's the government watching you.
Government watching you through your phone.
Changing your spelling.
Changing your spelling.
Imagine if that was a branch of the government.
Consumerism.
Yeah. We used to change people's spelling.
I could do that. Completely changing the subject.
Yes.
Japan.
End of March.
I've booked something for me and my partner because it's a business thing, but my partner's going to come out. Do you know Kewpie mayo?
As in the mayonnaise?
The mayonnaise.
With the baby on it?
The baby on the front.
Yeah.
We have booked a tour around the Kewpie mayo factory.
Stop right now. Is there going to be merch? Oh my God, please
There's going to be a gift shop.
Get me a t-shirt.
Yeah. There's going to be a gift shop, but there is a testing bit where taste testing.
But you know
where
what
you
it tastes
test.
like.
No, there's different flavors.
Shut up.
There's smoky Kewpie mayo.
Oh,
there's lime.
Burping with excitement.
Burping with pure joy. There's a lime. There's all these different
that would be
flavors.
so good. Mayo with a twist of lime.
I love Kewpie mayo. If I had to consume anything for the rest of my life, I'd give all my money. You're dribbling out of.
No, that made me feel sick.
Oh,
I
did
just
it?
thought about eating mayonnaise on a spoon.
Do you know what didn't make me feel sick? Is when Hellman's put eggs on the front of their mayonnaise jar.
That's what mayonnaise is made out of.
I don't need to know that. I don't want to know that.
Do you not like eggs?
I do, but liquidized egg, it makes you feel sick. I don't need to know that mayonnaise is made out of eggs. No,
they mix in an egg. If I don't boil an egg and then blend it into a mayonnaise.
No.
And fry an egg and mix it into mayonnaise.
But that to me is insane.
There's eggs in cakes.
Yeah, but I just don't. So imagine you go and buy a cake and on the front of the cake there's a picture of 2 eggs. I don't need to know that that's a key ingredient in it. It makes me feel sick.
Because then I think, it's a farm cake. It's made on a farm. It's an organic farm cake.
No. See, you rather see sugar and butter on a cake, right?
Yeah.
So in mayonnaise,
I
I want to see what olive oil and I don't know what's in mayonnaise and pepper. I don't know what's in mayonnaise.
That would be spicy mayonnaise.
Let me just Google what's in mayonnaise.
That's hot sauce when they put pepper in it.
Yeah, it's spicy. What's in mayo?
Nice.
Egg yolk, a neutral oil and salt. Oh, and lemon juice or vinegar.
Oh, why don't
Dijon
people just make
mustard
their
is.
own
Oh, I feel like I can make that. No, remember Marcus tried to make his own mayonnaise and it was horrific.
foul?
Awful. You can't just go around mixing mustard, lemon, and eggs together and hoping for the best.
You could, but see what happens.
See what happens. Yeah, true. But I'm very excited about that. I have that with everything. You can't go back to normal mayonnaise once you had Kewpie
It's a bit
mayonnaise.
sweeter.
Yeah, then you go back to normal mayonnaise and it's like, oh, this tastes like...
This is a gel.
Yeah, this tastes like the bucket of mayonnaise they have in kebab shops. All you want for Christmas is a bucket of mayonnaise. The one that holds its shape once you spoon some out. Oh, gross. What stuff?
What a great introduction to this episode. And today's topic, actually. We just want mayonnaise to do better. And that's a great segue into today's topic. We're talking about brands that we really like these brands. And we perhaps think that, not that these brands aren't doing well, they're doing very well for themselves, but we want people to maybe give them more attention, and we think people could actually benefit from giving them. No, that sounds like I think benefit from giving them more attention. Maybe they'll enjoy their products, you know?
I feel like these are the brands that aren't playing the horrible game of viral sensationalizing themselves.
They're just trying to be a brand, doing good products, and that's what every brand should be doing. Listen, before we get into today's subject, fact or fiction, because this is a game that everyone around the world has just been talking about.
They've been going crazy for...
They're going to make a board game.
They're going to make a board game.
Let's do fact or fiction. So I have something that maybe or maybe not has happened in the world of influencers and their online shenanigans. And James has to guess whether it's real or not.
Yeah.
So listen, in Australia, which is
Australia,
a country that away.
Over there.
Another retail situation, another clothing retail situation. So this was back in 2019.
2021, 22, 23,
before the world
7
changed.
years ago?
Before the world changed. Before Animal Crossing changed everything. There was an influencer who went into a clothing store, not invited, just like you would shopping, right? And they tried on a load of loads and loads of clothes, like filling up a rack of clothes, trying on in a fitting room and everything like that, and left without buying anything, which is fine. Like,
people do
maybe
that.
You thought the clothes were ghastly.
Yeah, maybe it just didn't fit you.
Maybe ghastly. Yeah. Anyway, later on, the shop, and this is like a small independent shop. It's not like a an H&M or Zara. Later on Instagram, this influencer that walked in, or this person that walked in, who was an influencer, had posted all these pictures of all the outfits and did #gifted #ad with the company. The company didn't know who they were. They didn't know. They were definitely like this. We didn't gift you anything because you tried everything on and left. And this isn't a sponsored ad. So they tried to reach out to the influencer and they didn't say anything back. And then they put online the whole the whole story, not the interaction, because they didn't say anything to them.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like, the influencer got back to him and was like, this is normal. A normal thing for influencers to do is to say everything is gifted and ad. But that's like me walking into, let's say, I don't know, a sandwich place and pointing at the sandwiches, being like, ad gifted, and leaving without buying or eating.
I feel like this is something influencers used to do. They used to pretend they had adverts. And I feel like a fair few influencers have been called out.
Thank you so much for sending this to me. It's like you ordered that.
Or they kind of tiptoe around it, like, thank you to this brand.
Yeah.
That they don't say it was sent anything.
Yes,
it's like, I'm loving this. I'm going to say that's fiction, but based on something all influencers do.
It's fact. It actually happened.
No.
Yeah, I'm not lying to you for once.
I hate that.
I just don't get I think it's this thing that's like this influencers trying to look like a brand has collaborated with them.
Put their faith in them.
Yeah, and it's like you can't just, the content, the outfits enough is content. But then you also don't want people now starting to go into shops and trying on clothes without any intent to buy them or even interest in them just to make content. Can you imagine what it would be like?
Fashion retail, putting those clothes back out on the shop floor, going out the back and reorganizing them all into like the spaces.
And then your manager coming out and being like, can you put a finger space between every hanger,
Can we go a little bit quicker? Finger space. Literally the word I used to hate. What is it? Like replen.
Yeah,
replen. No, was it replen?
Yeah, where you take stuff from vacuum out.
I used to hate it. The worst job. Always used to argue with people in that room.
It's creating work. Look, listen, retail workers are just trying to do their job.
Trying to do their job.
And, deal with people like this person all day. They don't want to have to put rails and rails back of clothes.
People may not know this, but so many people go to the toilet in changing rooms.
They do.
It's something I did not know.
They throw up. They put nappies in there.
They wee. They change babies.
Why would you wee in a changing room?
It's horrific.
Like, I mean, maybe if you have a bottle or a cup with you.
Well, they would leave bottles. Yeah, they would leave bottles filled with wee, and it's something I just couldn't even fathom until I started working retail.
It's so strange, isn't it? The amount of people I have seen defecate.
Yeah.
Since I worked in retail is insane.
It's crazy.
I should have just said pooed.
Yeah,
defecate's worse than poo. It's insane. Like you just don't see it until you work in retail.
It's like you don't get the privilege of seeing it until you work retail. You get that
privilege until you work retail. Anyway.
Well, remember that one. So always just have a little look in the changing room before you go straight in.
Before you go, a little peek. Check the walls as well.
Check the walls.
You don't know where they've put it.
Let's go.
Do you have a product that you've been loving also?
Yes. You're going to have to help me with this one. Because this is
I don't want to lift anything up.
No, you don't have to hold anything. You don't have to move. This is one of our favorite brands. This is the Jung Saem Mool Essential Mole Cream.
Yes.
This is...
Oh my God.
Right, so I'm just going to talk about it from somebody who is inexperienced with makeup, then you could talk about it. So, things I struggle with makeup, porous skin, dry patches, using the right moisturizer. I don't use primers. I don't understand them for my cushion compacts, right? This Jung Saem Mool Essential Mool Cream, this is the heavier version. There is a light version. Is the perfect base moisturizer.
Heavy is probably not the best word because it's not heavy.
No, it's not heavy. It's hard. It kind of wraps your face, right?
Yeah, right. So imagine like one of those wrapping masks, the ones you leave on your face and they dry out. Obviously, this doesn't dry out, but sometimes it leaves you with that
nice glossy.
Before you peel it off. Imagine that in a cream that sits on your face. And we're not talking sits on your skin. It just leaves this beautiful. I use it on my neck a lot because I always think there's nothing to my, me and my neck. I have such a hang up about my neck.
Soft neck.
I just
dry
want my
neck.
neck to be soft and glowy. Tight and glowy.
Tight and glowy neck.
So they also do a moisturizing cream as well, but this is more of a skin prep thing. And you can use it without makeup. It just looks insanely beautiful. It's so hydrating without being oily or greasy or overly hydrating. And if you are having trouble with your skin, this is like a barrier between your makeup and your skin, but your skin's been wrapped in moisture. It's so beautiful.
This 100% isn't how it works, but this is how I see it, right? Yeah. I feel like I put this on my skin, it's wrapped in this like seal of nice glow. And then when I put my cushion compact on, I don't know what you call it, just cushion, right? Just cushion. I feel like it kind of like melts with it and becomes skin, and it just gives this even texture, and all my areas of concerns aren't areas of concerns anymore.
It's exactly that. So they do this one, they do a light version if you find this one a little bit too too hydrated, too riche. They do a stick of this and a lighter version stick, and they also do the whole Mool range, which is this insanely hydrating, beautiful cream range. It's
I will say
nice.
my tretinoin won't just let my skin relax, so I wish I had the stick just to put in like the crevices, the extra dry crevices.
The stick is so beautiful, and the stick is really good for like targeted glow under foundation. So you can just put it on your cheeks. If you're not a highlighter person, you can just put that underneath your foundation. It looks really good. Yeah.
Love it. We love Jung Saem Mool.
Well, can I start then? Because my first brand is Jung Saem Mool. Talking about brands that we really like, that we think need more attention, Jung Saem Mool, which is an incredibly popular brand in South Korea, it's K-beauty. Jung Saem Mool is an incredible makeup artist, professional makeup artist, and her brand is just nothing is incorrect. Nothing is wrong with it. There's different
incorrect.
Incorrect? No, it does not exist. She does brushes. She does foundations, she does concealers, cushion concealers, blushes, cushion blushes. And she is a working makeup artist who has just created the most perfect brand for all skin. The different cushions you can get, there's fuller coverages, there's more natural. It's just absolutely incredible. Like everything she makes is insane, and it's very, very popular out in Korea. I think one of her cushions is one of the best-selling ones in South Korea.
The
Nude cushion. And they've just extended their shade range, so it's very, very inclusive. And people are starting to notice the brand a little bit more in like the US and Europe and Australia, which we were just talking about,
which is literally just over there.
Just over there. I'm trying to think of anything better to say about it, but I can't fault a single part of the brand.
One thing I hate is when makeup brands launch skincare.
Yes.
She has launched skincare, and it all makes sense.
Yes.
And it kind of like, she's kind of launched things that make sense to makeup application in the sense that one is purely about hydrating the skin and prepping it for makeup. And the other one is about creating a more even canvas for your skin. So it concentrates on texture and pigmentation.
The green and the pink branding.
The green and the pink, then the blue is all the hydrating stuff. And it just makes sense. The toner, the Mool toner.
My mouth watered and I just choked on my spit.
The Mool toner is like
so
thick
beautiful.
Water.
Yes, yeah.
It's
oh my gosh.
so nice.
I wouldn't describe it as a milky toner either.
Not at all.
Right?
It's clear.
It's
clear. Like, almost like a liquidy jelly.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
In summer,
it's one of the best.
Just that.
It's under foundation. Guys, just that. And I like what you said about the prep for makeup. And she is one of those brands where it hasn't been like, this is a foundation with all the skincare in. The skincare is very much separate. There is a cushion compact with a more technology in it, but it's just so well done. The whole brand is so well done, and once you start using the products, you're gonna be like, I want this and this. My travel makeup I have with me today is all Jung Saem Mool. The brushes, the concealer, the foundations, it's just amazing.
Men's makeup in Korea is actually quite decent anyway.
Her for men
I
keep forgetting. Beautiful,
so good.
Beautiful.
The little touchy up sticks.
Yeah,
she has like one for like covering up blemishes.
So there's a
covering up
peachy
dark.
color corrector. There's a more greeny, but it's like a khaki green. It's not like that pastel green.
Yeah. A big thing for men in Korea is when they shave is covering up the 5 o'clock shadow with makeup.
So it has that peachy orange.
Orange.
It's nice. So well done, and it's not just like thoughtless, you know what I mean? It's one of the best brands, and I hope it gets a little bit more. And they actually just launched a more affordable range in Daiso in South Korea as well, so I'm a bit interested to see what that's like. But it's a really, really beautiful brand. By a professional makeup artist, which a lot of their brands are really good because they know what people need and want.
They do. They actually do. So I have a skincare brand that I'm kind of gutted isn't actually getting the attention I think it deserves now, and that is Selfless by Hyram.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so Hyram, who is a skincare influencer, launched, we kind of like came up together on YouTube, and he went massive on TikTok.
Oh, crazy.
And he worked with the Inky List to create his brand Selfless by Hyram. At the time, so these are serums, cleansers, and one moisturizer, I believe. And I think at the time, because it was attached to the Inky List, people kind of saw these products as overpriced, right? Because they were more expensive than what the Inky List has to offer.
Yeah.
Inky List is more affordable. Selfless by Hyram was maybe double the price of an Inky List product. Had this brand not launched with the Inky List name, no one would have batted an eyelid at all. It would have been like reasonable prices. The serums are serum prices. The cleanser is a cleanser price. I mean, it's not really that crazy in today's climate. What I love about these products is you have some really incredible actives, some really incredible serums that are very much targeted at very particular skincare concerns. One of my favorite, for example, is the Mandelic Acid and Rice Bran Gentle Exfoliating Serum. So Hyram launched this at a time when people were going fucking crazy for the ordinary exfoliants, right?
Yeah.
These were high percentage actives that we all look back on now and completely regret using.
They ruined, listen, people were ruining their faces, and then brands saw that as an opportunity to be like, here's something, now you've ruined your face with our product, here's something else.
Yeah. And Hyram's line is all about getting these amazing ingredients that are going to make a change in your skin, but whilst also being really gentle on the skin. I mean, Mandelic Acid and Rice Bran, it's so nice. Like, I think about it now and it's like, that is perfect. And I think that is where the skincare world is sitting now.
Yes.
When we look at a lot of K-beauty, for example, people love it because of its gentler approach to
very
actives.
true. It's not stripping your face off. It's not like I'm going to do this thing that should only be done in like a salon on my face.
Yeah. And I almost feel like Selfless by Hyram launched 2-3 years too early. And I'm like, if it launched now, people would get it. People would be like, this is incredible.
Because they want that more gentle approach. Not gentle, but that more careful approach to skincare. Yeah.
And bearing in mind, I think this was at a time as well when celebrities and influencers were launching brands. And I feel like people didn't consider who Hyram was and the connections that he had and the knowledge that he had gained from other experts put into this brand, and the fact that he worked with the Inky List. He was working with these formulators and
people
chemists.
Love.
And I just think, if you told me there was a more premium version of the Inky List, I guess I'd be like,
I'd be down.
Amazing. I just want to go through this product. So the Mandelic Acid and Rice Bran Gentle Exfoliating Serum. Mandelic acid at 3% for smoothing and brightening without that stinging sensation. The PHA in here, which is again like an AHA, that's so gentle, big in molecular weight, so it takes a little bit longer to work, but doesn't just attack the skin. It's also very, very hydrating too. Better than AHA. Rice bran derived phytic acid for super gentle exfoliation. Encapsulated salicylic acid again, meaning you get that pore clearing without the irritation. So it's encapsulated, so a slower release, so less irritation again. Then just a load of ingredients that's going to reduce redness, fight against any irritation, and it's all in this like serum texture. It's so nice. It's so nice. And I look back on these products, I'm like, oh my god, like they're perfect for today. Like if I think people need to shout about them a lot more because I love the cleanser. Like Crave Beauty, made by an influencer, Naturium, made by an influencer, Selfless by Hyram, all have the best cleansers I've ever used. So I'm gonna literally go order some Selfless by Hyram now after this.
Nice. Yeah, good point about the way the skincare has changed. I think maybe they saw what needed to be done and acted on it, but maybe it wasn't on trend at the time, you know? Yeah. Next for me, a brand called Ritual de Fille, which is a makeup brand. Yeah. So you've seen their stuff before. It's all in black packaging. It's very gothic-y. And a lot of their stuff is rose, not like it smells like roses, a little bit, but they have that facial oil that's like red. So good. So their makeup is so beautiful. Their shades are incredible. Their contour shades, I think, are one of the only makeup brands who have done correct contour tones within and inclusive within their whole range. They do the best blushes, the best skin prep. They are a really, really beautiful brand. Their lip products are stunning as well, and they do some like really unique shades. So whether you want something quite natural, if you want something a little bit different, they have something there. And it's just so, I think it's so, people love it. The people that use this brand love them. Like,
is it quite gothic-y?
Yes.
So it's got a very niche kind of
It's got a very
appeal.
niche, but I don't think they should ever lose that.
Yeah.
Because it's really well done in terms of like, there's a niche group of people that love it. But I think if anyone tried it, they would love it. And I can imagine the formulas being really beautiful on maturer skin when it comes to makeup. I feel like the cream formulas they're not sticky creams. They're not tacky. They're going to sit really beautiful on the skin. But they're very good at not releasing products for the sake of it. Like they'll release something that is true to their brand and a product that they want to keep in their brand and just have that as sometimes you get this vibe that brands push out products they don't really want to do, or maybe they're not so into it. I feel like everything they do has a purpose, and like they've thought about the color, the formula.
Those are the brands that I feel like last a longer time with their intentional releases, whereas all these other brands that kind of wear you the fuck out by their constant launches and you get tired of them.
Exactly.
And then the ones that like are so intentional, they're still around because their products are so good. People do keep repurchasing them rather than jumping onto the next viral thing.
And I think they bought their contour creams out at a time where a lot of other brands were doing it. And I mean big brands, like Rare Beauty and people like that. And Ritual de Fille were one of the only brands that got shading right, like what contour is meant to be. They didn't release a load of bronzers and I was like, oh, you can use that as contour too. It was actually contour. Like they know what they're doing. It's a really, really good brand who actually have knowledge in what they're doing.
Is it like a makeup artist brand?
I think it might be. Yeah. I'm not sure. It wouldn't surprise me if it is. It's weird. I know what the owners look like, but I can't know if they're makeup artists or not. Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me if it is because it is so purposefully done in a way that the products, are what they're supposed to be. Yeah. But it's a really beautiful, beautiful brand. It's really, I just wish people would
I still remember that red serum.
Yes, it looks like blood floating around the thing. And I wish people would just give one of their products a go, because then you'll think, okay, this is actually really beautiful.
I'll try something else. Yeah. Okay, I have one that isn't really... They're not really struggling, but this is Innisfree.
Oh,
yeah, right. That's the reaction that most people get when you mention Innisfree. Yeah. So Innisfree was probably one of the original like K-beauty giants. Yeah, like years ago.
I can picture their logo.
Yeah, well, that's changed several times.
Oh, did it? It's not that corn. No, what was it before?
It was like yeast. Innisfree with like a little piece of corn or something. Yeah, it was a bit of yeast.
It's a bit of yeast.
They were one of the biggest K-beauty brands at the time, and I think it's because what they do so well is take natural, like leaning ingredients. So they have all their product ranges, and it's all kind of based on like some kind of plant, right?
Yes,
but they also don't greenwash the fuck out of every product they do. Right. We're natural, we're clean, and the story is about that, but merging that with science and trends without being too trend-led either. So I do feel like they're this perfect in-between of what people want from skincare nowadays, or products that is using the best of nature, science, and innovation without being a gimmick.
It's like being good to your skin without doing the fear mongering off clean toxins.
Yeah, exactly. What I love is that they also stay true to the classics that people love. They've reformulated. So the green tea seed serum, I think, has gone through a few changes. It's now called the green tea seed hyaluronic serum or something. So they've added in that hyaluronic word, but it's essentially still the same thing.
So people know what that means now.
People know what that means now. Yeah. Hyaluronic acid has always been in it. They changed the packaging a little bit, modernized it, very, very nice, but they just don't have that same appeal. When we were in Korea, we were with our friend Medi, and we were walking through, where were we? Hongdae? I can't remember where we were. And Robert was literally pointing out all the
I was like, I can't believe this is still around.
Yeah,
it was Misha. It was
who do the Essence? That's Misha. Time Revolution.
Tony Moly.
Etude House.
Yeah. I was like, oh my God, I used to love them.
Nature Republic.
And I was like, no one uses them anymore.
Yeah, we're literally like skipping them.
Yeah.
But it was part of that group, and they are still around. They have a few like very popular idols advertising their products, but I think the only kind of other time people have started using their products is a new spicule serum because it was just one to review kind of thing. But I just think in today's world of like the constant, really aggressive launches, the gimmicky products, they stand out more now because they're quite traditional in comparison. One of my favorite products from them at the moment, which I got from the last time in Korea, is from the green tea line. And it's their ceramide milk. So it's their version of a milky toner.
Yeah.
But it's like... This is going to sound really stupid. It's really hard to describe. It looks like milk. But it's thick, but it's not at all. Like you'll put it on and you'll be like, oh, and then it's not. Do you know what I mean? So you
like
get
like it almost feels like it changes on the skin.
Almost, like you expect it to be. No, it's kind of like watery. You expect it to be thick, but then it isn't, and then it's not. It's like this.
No,
perfect,
for sure.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Robert knows what I mean.
Yeah, no, I get
They
it.
just got the consistency so right.
Yeah.
And I think it's because they didn't launch a milky toner as soon as every other brand did.
Right, they kind of
looked at
worked
other
in it a little bit
milky
more.
toners
Yeah.
and kind of thought, okay, this is what we can do. And I also got it because it was 1+1 on olive.
Yeah.
In here, they have their usual, like the antioxidants, the ceramides, all the kind of stuff that milky toners are known for. But it just they have that authority, you know. So you get amazing milky toners from like Rhodes do an okay one, and Medicube do Medicube do one? No, I don't think they do.
I don't think they do.
Who am I thinking of?
Mediheal.
No,
Mediheal.
Bioheal. You know, all the new brands that are launching milky toners. There's just something about the legacy of Innisfree that makes me trust what they do a lot more when it comes to newer type like product categories. Even though milky toners have been around for ages, there's just something about that feels a little bit more legit.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
It feels like they're not trying to push anything. They're just taking their time.
Yeah. They're like, this is how we've refined a milky toner.
Yes,
this is what
exactly.
It should be.
Yeah.
And within the line of their popular line.
Yeah.
So I just wish people would kind of see like who the original big K beauty brands were, why they were so big, and take a little look. Bearing in mind, these are brands that succeeded so well in places who are obsessed with skincare and innovation. You've got to think like, why? And what are other brands doing differently that Innisfree isn't doing?
Yeah.
And it's just because the other brands are pushing out product nonstop.
Yeah.
So before we do our final brands or products, is there a product that you've been loving this week?
Yes, there is.
Wow. I feel like you do a lot of lip products.
I love lip products. This is a brand Laka. I have every single one of their lip products. If it exclusively launched in Korea, I still have it. You have it. I have every single... Their lip products are crazy, insane,
they're very good,
beautiful. Yeah, so this is from Laka. This is actually called Devil Lip. Please don't take them instead. These are lip balms. Laka are pretty well known for their lip products. They do like blush and some skin.
Oh, do they? I do thought
primers
they did
too. Yeah, they're quite good. But their lip products are stunning. They do a very wide range of colors.
Oh, they're in Boots at the moment.
They are in Boots, some of their products. This one, not quite yet. But these come in some really great colors, but are meant to be like a little bit more. So you like natural, but let's add a little bit to that, a little bit of spiciness to it. So it could be like like a red, but it's that hint of brown that makes it a little bit more like different. You know what I mean? Yeah. Or like a purple that is like a nudie purple. Yes. But they're not quite in your face. But there's definitely something a little bit darker about them. Yeah. I like the shade 805 maroon or marron, depending.
Show us. That's a maroon color. That is.
It's like brown.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's really, really
watery,
nice. So,
like shiny.
It's like balmy.
Oh, it's really natural. Wow. If you're on our podcast, you'll have to head over to our YouTube to see what this looks like.
Oh, yeah.
Spoiler, it's brown.
Spoiler, red brown.
Red brown.
It's really, really, really nice. And Laka's lip products are all really, really stunning anyway.
I tried one of their peel-off lip mask. I thought it was going to be shit. It was really good.
No, I've been trying to order that for ages. Oh my God. Every time I go to order it, it's out of stock.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's like a peel-off lip balm.
Yeah. It leaves like your lips really plump and like moisturized. A little bit tingly. It's a little bit minty, but it's really, really nice.
Listen, they know what they're doing with their lip products. They also have this. So this lip balm. If you like a lip balm, but you want something a little bit more than lip balm that isn't quite lipstick.
Yeah.
And you don't mind a statement color in quotes if you prefer more natural. Maybe it's your gateway into wearing something a little bit more with a bit more color. You know what I mean? But they do loads of other lip like serums, glosses. They do their balloon range, which is plumping, but not plumping ones with red lips, which are like super spicy.
Oh yeah.
They do some really great lip products, and they are in Boots, and I think they're in Ulta in the US as well. So charkram art.
Yes.
Larkar.
Okay, moving on to our final brands. I have a brand that isn't, they're fine. They're doing fine. They don't need more attention, but I wish that other products would get more attention. I actually talked about them in the previous episode, but this is Mediheal. So Mediheal are known for their toner pads. They've gone actual viral for their toner pads.
Are they the ones in the square packet or the round packet?
Square packet,
What's
lovely
the round
colours.
one?
I don't know what the round one is.
Medi something.
Mediheal? Medicube.
Okay, right. So they're different.
Yeah. Mediheal are square. They're the ones, some of them slightly stretch. You can see people put them on their skin.
In the brown box.
They sent me all of them and they're very nice.
Yes.
But
go on.
The focus is too much on those pads. Yeah. I mentioned one of their other products in our last episode. Was it last episode? I can't remember. They have some of the best serums and creams I've ever used.
I think if I have some, I think I do.
You might have some of the serums. Because I think some of the serums are bestsellers as well as the toner pads.
Yeah.
But they this is going to sound really stupid, but they are a very serious brand when it comes to the quality of their skincare and how effective they are. There's something about toner pads that I feel kind of like downplays that a little bit. I don't know what it is. Like,
I think
toner pads are a little bit fun. Yeah, they have different colors.
You know what? It's kind of face masky. So you're like sheet mask.
Yeah, and I think in the skincare world, like a lot of like professionals, especially in the skincare, like you just don't need toner pads.
They're don't so need unnecessary.
Them, but you don't need a lot of skincare.
Listen, I'm not against anything that encourages you to do a skincare routine.
Yeah.
And I feel like that to me is that little bit of extra something where I'm like, you know what? It'll be nice if I can sit down and do my toner pads.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Rather than just splashing a toner on your face.
Toner pads are pretty wasteful. But one thing...
are they? I thought they were biodegradable.
Biodegradable, again, is one of those terms where it's like, will it biodegrade in 1,000 years? Yes,
sure.
Therefore it's biodegradable.
Yeah.
But also, one thing I think is good for a lot of people who struggle with their skin is with toner pads, you can treat
so I use ones that I feel like breakouts sometimes on my forehead. I'll use like the retinol ones or whatever, on my cheeks a little bit more, and I'll divide it up depending on what's happening in that area.
But here's the thing: is there's no reason you can't do that with your serums.
100%.
But it's just faff.
It feels like you're treating it more.
It feels like you're treating it. Yeah. It feels like you're having a you moment.
Oh no, I meant like treating.
Yeah, no, I know, but it feels like you're doing a thing.
Yes, exactly. You know? It feels like something's happening and working.
Their serums are like more potent versions of these toner pads. So I might just use the serums.
I might give this.
Really
I might
good.
Give this a Google.
So for some of their most popular toner pads, they will have a serum and moisturizer. The product I showed, which is still down here actually, is the Madagascar one.
Yes.
Some of the best-selling toner pads are the Madagascar ones. Their best-selling serum, Madagascar cream. I'm not sure. I think that might be new, but to me, it's a great example of a brand pretty much having to push what is going viral and banking on their most viral moment and product in order to stay relevant in a way.
Involved in the brand a bit more.
I do hope so. But yeah, I like it. I just wish, I don't know, because you don't have to, there's this idea that you have to use like or one brand products for a routine. I don't know where that comes from.
I think it's because it's like they've set out that routine for you, and easy. Surely those ingredients only work together when they're together. Yeah.
Not true.
Yeah.
So when you find a product that you do like, maybe just look into the brand a bit more, see what else they do.
Yeah.
If you like the toner pads, get the serums.
Like that serum I really love, a Sungboom
editor.
I got their cream version of the serum. Beautiful.
Really nice.
I need to use it again. That's one brand where I could just get through it.
Their tomato, all the time.
I have it.
It's really good. I've got backups. Oh, you got loads.
Okay.
Pikachu. Yeah. Your final one?
My final one is a brand I think a lot of people will know, a very, again, niche one. It's a Chinese brand called Girl Cult.
I've heard of them only because I follow people who are into the niche of Chinese beauty,
which is some of the best makeup ever.
I think it might actually have its moment this year.
It is. It's going to 100%. Girl Cult do these really great collections where it's all very unique, and it's almost like what brand should have done it? Give by Gwen Stefani, right? I always thought
Rest in peace.
R.I.P. I always thought they should have done capsule collections, right? Off like, this was Gwen's look here. This was Gwen's capsule
this is
collection
when she culturally
twice a year. Yeah, this is where she took someone else's. Yeah. And same with Rem Beauty. I think they should have done it too. But they release like these capsule collections every few, I think like twice a year, and they're so good. So they come with like 4 different lip shades, balms, glosses, an eyeshadow palette, a face palette. But the formulations are so beautiful. They do the most unique shades. They do this green gloss that you put on and it turns to a brown. Not pH. We're not talking pH here. It's like sludge green. They do these
This is where you got the ugly mirror from.
Yes, I love that mirror so much. It's not ugly, everyone. James is a liar.
It's just
James is uncultured.
James is a known liar.
He doesn't know what a sun is. But everything they do is, again, really well thought out. They do some really, really great shades. And it's more alternative. So if you're kind of bored, and this is why I think it's going to do really well this year and why I feel like people should pay more attention to it. If you are bored of clean girl that brands have been feeding us constantly and assuming people don't want color anymore in makeup, this is the brand to go for.
Looking at this brand on Yes Style, I just got up real quick. It's this odd mix of futuristic, Y2K, traditional
Chinese. There's a lot of Chinese tradition in it.
It's slightly really nice gothic at the same time. It's such a unique look.
They do this black blush, which again isn't pH. It's just so deep red that it looks black in the compact. They do these jelly blushes that attach to a jelly highlighter that in the pan. It's so great. If you just want color, if you want a unique lip, they do this beautiful beetle shell lip. So it's like blue-green shift with brown underneath.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Just slip it. No, I was going to slip another brand. No, we're done.
Oh, okay. No, go one more.
Shut up.
Oh, God.
Red Chamber is another Chinese brand, which is really great.
There we go.
That's done. Look into that. That's a mystery for next time.
So do that for next time.
Do that. Next time, do that.
Next time, do this, please. Well, thank you for watching. Yeah. Do let us know over on our Instagram at The Double Cleanse Podcast. I don't think, for as long as we've been doing this podcast, I don't think we've ever known.
For as long as we've had that Instagram account, we've never known the handle.
It's the thing. It's our private joke.
I thought The Double Cleanse Podcast was taken. Yeah. So in my mind, it's Double Cleanse Podcast. It's The Double Cleanse Podcast.
Yeah. Let us know some brands that you wish had a little bit more hype, a little bit more attention, and follow, like, subscribe, interact wherever you are on whatever platform, and hopefully we'll see you next time.
Bye.